Okay, are you ready to go behind the scenes again? This has been so much fun for me, I have to say. We had our national award winners were revealed in January at our last Tuesday webinar series. And it was amazing. I mean, we had so much competition this year, but what we have been doing the last couple of years is asking the winners to take us behind the scenes so that we can get some insight of the challenges or what they had to deal with. So, if this is the first behind the scenes that you have joined us on, to give you a little refresher, there were a panel of 5 industry experts, our peers. We reviewed all the entries, and like I said, there were a lot this year. And because we had so many, I mean, a lot, we said that a couple categories could have more than one winner. So again, all the winners have to have bragging rights for years, forever, and they get featured. They have press releases. They get a free year in the National Directory on the Decorating and Staging Academy website. But what I really want to do too right now, before we go any further, we go behind the scenes, I want to encourage you to take advantage of every contest you possibly can. It kind of helps you, put you out there, gets us out of our box a little bit. And I always say, I can guarantee you will not win if you do not enter. So you you just don't know. So please take advantage. So we're going to go behind the scenes in interior decorating and redesign. And this was a super competitive category. And the winner we're going behind the scenes with today is Tami Parish, the interior tutor, and she is in Chipley, Florida. Hey, Tami.
Hello, Sandra.
So tell everybody a little bit about you.
Well, I have only been in the business for 3 years, but have enjoyed every minute of it and feel like that I have learned so much in the through the Decorating and Staging Academy. And I came up with the name of Interior Tutor because I am a retired math teacher, and I just retired in May of last year. So prior to that, I went through all of your classes so that I could transition into this business of interior design and redesign. And so it's been an exciting time to, as I look to try to build this business, which is a little bit of a challenge because I live in a small area, but I have been able to have some speaking engagements and been able to speak to women's clubs in our area. And that has helped me to be more confident in myself as a decorator and a redesigner, and lets my name be out there. So since I am was a math tutor for 35 years, then we came up with the name of Interior Tutor. So I can go into your home and tutor you as to your needs that you may have for your home. So it's been an exciting time as I've transitioned into this new career, but I'm just extremely honored to have won this award through the Decorating Academy. This is my second award with you all, and so it really gives me some confidence in what I'm doing. So,
and Tami and a group of gals that she came together with won last year for Star Team. So they came together, and so that's another great category. But I do love the creativity of the name, and that's one of the things. If you did what Tami did, and there's a lot of you out there where you didn't want to quit the day job, so to speak, before you started this. But it's smart because you can build businesses, and the projects will come, and the more you get known now in this new industry, it just takes a little bit of time. So Tami's going to take us behind the scenes. This is a gorgeous dining room, Tami.
Well, it is a pretty room. But it's very simply decorated. This is actually my dining room, but I had moved into this home very quickly and did the best that I could. But it was a china cabinet filled with china and beautiful crystal, the antique table, a wall piece that I thought was pretty, but it is to me a little bit small in size for the wall. And it is a nice room. There's no doubt. It's very, just maybe has a relaxing feel, but it is simply just that, a dining room. And then I realized that, the house was built in 1905. So these ceilings are 14 feet tall, which is a challenge. So we have this very simple decorated dining room. The antique table is beautiful, but it was only used maybe twice a year. As we all know, our children come in at maybe Easter and Christmas or Thanksgiving. So it really was a room that you just walked through. And so I had new needs as a retired teacher. I needed a new space. I saw that this room could become a multi-purpose room because I had several things that I could do in this one room, and now all I'm doing is walking through it. So I love to play bridge with some of my friends. I do just a little bit of math tutoring on the side. And so I started thinking about those things. I also had a desk in another room that was just pushed against a wall, kind of crammed up. And all of us teachers have desks that face out and look at our students. So I started thinking about all of those things. And then I thought, I need to treat myself like a client. I am a client. So I looked at my list of questions and I went through those questions and asked them to myself, and answered them on the paper. What could I do with this room that has 14-foot ceilings? A lot of creativity could be applied to this room. What are my needs and how can I apply it? How could I use what I have, maybe, and bring in just a few things? So that was what I knew. I wanted to keep the china cabinet. So I put some different things in the china cabinet, and I bought a round table that just had some white paint on it, repurposed it, took a table that I had, it was a bedside table for a king size bed. So it was a huge bedside table, repurposed both of those with chalk paint, which has become a little bit of my side project also. You can't mess up. If you paint it, you just wipe it off. And you don't like this color, you just add a little bit more color. And I have loved being able to do that. I've had a couple of clients recently that I went and found just some old things to try to save them some money, and been able to kind of apply this chalk paint idea to those projects. So you're going to see a round table that was white and a side table that was just a beautiful cherry finish, but it needed to be repurposed. So you're going to see that. Spent about $800 just on a few accessories for the room, not so much for furniture, except the round table that was purchased. So the budget for what I got a lot of purposes out of the $800.
Tami, I love that too. This is a good example. Having something that you're enjoying doing, this hobby, like she is calling the chalk paint. Think about that. You can say to your clients, I'm going to customize this, mirror frame, or I'm going to customize this table based on your color story. So that actually sounds really kind of like an extra service that you could add on there. And like, I might have to try it since said you can't screw up on it. Cause I mean, that is, we all like creative outlets.
Mm-hmm.
So here is the after. Oh my gosh. Oh, so here, okay, so let me be sure and point this out. Yeah, I hope you can see my cursor, guys. So here's your china cabinet. You did not move that, right? I want everybody to get a point of reference.
I did not move the china cabinet. This is the picture on the left is from the same angle that you saw the other picture, but the before picture.
Again in a minute too. Mm-hmm. I absolutely love the way that the color story, do you see this, guys, in the table, kind of transfers to the hide, transfers up, goes to the artwork. I mean, really, really pretty. And I have to say, one of the things when, again, judging, not knowing who anybody was, I kind of like for you to hear what judges had to say too, and what made some standout moments. um, honoring the skyline zone. You know how we talk about the function zone, the power zone, and the skyline? The skyline zone, so many times, even in entries, gets ignored. So this was one of those standout moments that judges hit on. They're like, how nice to carry that darker value of the wood up to the skyline zone, and then also bring it out. And as judges, we did spend a moment trying to think, are these, because we love doing, turning pieces and having those transitional pieces, are these the same pieces of art, Tammy?
So remember the one piece of art that was there? When I went out shopping, I found these two pieces of art that that matched, coordinated with that one piece. So I've moved that one piece of art to the opposite wall and then bought these two pieces that were the same, but through your training, I had learned that I could buy two of the same, but rotate one. And then the other is, of course, is a world map. And then on the wall that's above the china cabinet that's trimmed in black, that is a saying about travel and adventure, which is what's inside the china cabinet.
Oh, yeah.
Mementos from my travels, from my teaching career, things that you might see, that I want to see every day, so that I can think back and remember all of those good times that I've had over the past 35 years and not just look at china and crystal. And so then you can see the previous bedside table for that king size bed. That was chalk painted with a green color that I pulled from the artwork. And then they do a gold glaze over that kind of tied in with the brown tones. And then you see I brought in a bar cart over to the side. So sometimes when I'm having bridge in this room, I'll put coffee there. Or if I have a friend over and we want to have a glass of wine, I can, use it. And then when I use this room for math tutoring, what I really love is that I take that cart and I just roll it in the living room, which it looks beautiful in the next room, but I just don't feel comfortable having a bottle of wine sitting there if I'm going to be tutoring. So I will say that this desk I had in my den, and both of my children came home and said, "Where did you buy that desk?" It was amazing that moving it from against a wall out into the open and looking out, it just gave the whole desk even a different look. So the bedside table, I keep referring to it, it's that, but it has become a great storage piece for copy paper, notebook paper, files I don't want to keep out all the time. So when you have an office, don't think that you have to have a filing cabinet in that office. This big, and it has a top drawer that pulls out so you can set a drink on it. It just really fit the purpose of this room. And I love it
too. And I want to point this out is, do you see how, and it happens in so many of our rooms, there is such a chance for linear overload. So in this case, here we have, our artwork is usually linear. We have a door frame, but this is so interesting to me because you broke up that in the linear overload as well as the circles and the freestyle iron piece. I mean, that really was nice too, that people commented on, that it does not feel so linear. So love it. Now, did you buy, in looking at these pictures, Tammy, did you buy that desk chair?
No, I already had the desk chair. Okay. So the only thing that you see that's new is the artwork on the wall, the iron piece above the bar cart, and the bar cart, and just a few of the accessories that I put on top of the china cabinet. Some of those things I already had.
See, that's a nice, if your homeowner has some good stuff to use, you can use it. All right, so now let's see. So here are the before and after side by side. This is really nice. And guys, how excited do we get when we have a piece of furniture that actually has lighting in it? Just really and truly. And you can see right here, Tammy, what you were talking about, like these tall ceilings. Is that a ledge that goes all the way across?
Yes, that is actually a shelf that the previous owner put all the way around the room. So the height of the ceiling goes even above that shelf. But I'm not one for a lot of clutter, and so if that goes all the way around the room. So to me, you either don't put anything, or I'm going to have to put a lot of stuff up there. So where I know the skyline zone has to be addressed, I addressed it with the top of the china cabinet.
Right.
And it's probably one of my favorite parts about the room is what's above the china cabinet. So,
Yeah, I love it.
and then in
Yeah.
the other direction is where I chalk painted the table, brought in the black and the gold, which tied in with the wood tones of the desk and the rug. This is where I can play bridge, I tutor, and I let up the blinds on the windows so we can see out, and I feel very comfortable with having the students in the room. And of course, the artwork fit much better in size, filling that 2/3 space
Yeah.
across on that other wall. The draperies were already there. They are a little formal, but they are, you don't really notice that when you walk in the room, and it balances that skyline zone with what I did above the china cabinet. And then, I can sit there too and have coffee with a friend or a glass of wine. It's a table that chalk painting is very, very relaxing. It really is. And I think maybe because of that thought of, that you get to use your creativity, and you can pull in all the colors from all the room. Even the chairs have a little bit of a blue that was in the artwork. So that tied the artwork to that whole corner there.
I like to, and I hadn't really thought about this till right now looking at it, is notice how whimsical that landscape view is. That almost helps in adding that interest, like you're looking down into that view.
Mhm.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You really did accomplish the multifunctional needs in the space.
Well,
Um,
it's amazing how I love going in that room, and it hit me maybe a couple of weeks that maybe it's just because I'm getting to sit behind a desk, and I had used, as a teacher, you're behind a desk some, but not a lot. But, during your free time, you're behind the desk. But it's amazing how I can sit there and just feel very much at home, and the colors just make me feel at home. And I love the fact that I now have a room that has so many different uses. I will say when my daughter came home for Christmas, she put all that stuff off that table and she laid out a puzzle, and she spent the holidays putting a puzzle together so we can add a fourth purpose to that table. So anyway, I'm again thrilled that I was able to take what I learned through the Decorating and Staging Academy and apply it. And I think it really helped me be more confident as a decorator. And it helped me to learn the rules as I was doing this, and as a newbie. And I just feel like it gave me some confidence in what I'm doing.
And let's face it, it looks good on your website to be a national award winner. It looks good in your mind. Like you said, it builds that confidence. So if you guys are in that panhandle area of Florida, or even Alabama and Georgia, I mean, you're close enough to that. Look Tammy up. And, I love the fact that you can, this is a good example of listening to your client, even if sometimes it's harder. Let's face it, when we are the clients. I do always say my husband is my worst client, because it's like I finally have to sometimes go, a national award winner, listen to me. But take advantage. We want you to also take advantage. This is an example of Carol's directory listing, but now Tammy will be able to have on hers 2021 National Award winner. And that is on the DSA site. Have a little bio for you guys, a photo. All of the social media links are hyperlinked. So if somebody wants to, connect with you on Facebook or Pinterest or wherever, you can pick which ones you want. Anybody can join the directory, so reach out if you're interested in that. There's also decorating groups. If you're interested in education, we've got everything from a certified bookcase specialist to confident color, redesign, decorating, event planning, seasonal decorating. We try and have a solid core foundation for anything that you're interested in. We do not have chalk painting, let me say that. Tammy, you might have to put together one of those. But Tammy, thank you for taking us behind the scenes. And this was really, I think, helpful to kind of, even if you're the client, hearing how your thought process is.
Thank you for the award and for having me participate today.
Oh, all right. You guys connect with Tammy if you're around her area. Bye.
Bye.